Hi, welcome. I'm going to be talking about November stars today, and the first thing you want to know is it's a big relief after October. Again, October for me was one of the more challenging months that I've seen, and it's not that hard to conceive of easier going. For starters, though, we still have some unfinished business to attend to. Mercury remains retrograde in Scorpio. Actually, it's backed up from Scorpio into Libra, and as fate would have it, on the very first planetary aspect of the month, Mercury is squaring Saturn. Now, ordinarily, this is a call for a hard, cold look at reality, dealing with what is. For some people, it's cause for anxiety and depression. For other people, it's an alignment that enables them to focus with renewed depth and intensity. So for researchers and writers, this can be a good thing. In fact, between Sunday the 1st and Friday the 6th of November, Mercury pretty much remains in this square position with Saturn. If you tend to be a person who sees things glass half empty, don't let your fear and worry, negativity win the day. Force yourself to think a correcting, positive thought. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen on election day. I'm not going to call a winner. I do believe that it's worth noting Mercury comes out of retrograde during the noon hour on Tuesday, November 3rd. Usually when Mercury changes direction, there's some kind of a adjustment in our thinking. Some new information may change our outlook. You want to keep an open mind as we go through the rituals and await the totaling of the ballots. But keep in mind that Neptune is active in the horoscope chart. I always like to cast a chart for Washington, D.C., 8 p.m. when they close the polls. And the most elevated planet in that chart this year is Neptune, which leads me to believe that there will be controversy, there will be cheating, although with the levels of voter suppression and court cases, leading up to this election, that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody who's paying attention. Again, because Mercury stays in this square to Saturn, the probability of having to wait a few days is fairly strong. There, of course, is the potential for a tidal wave, one side or the other. My gut feeling is, if that were to happen, it would be the Democrats winning the day. There's a last quarter moon, the weekend of the 7th and 8th. The actual last quarter is early Sunday morning, and this is a time where the moon in Leo is testing the Scorpio sun. Typically, quarter moons are stressful. We feel emotionally more sensitive and easily put out because we have commitments and things we need to take care of, and we may not actually feel like attending to them. But again, it's a short-lived early Sunday morning period of unrest. The rest of that day is relatively quiet. And we take a turn for the better during the coming week. Firstly, on Monday the 9th, we'll see Venus at odds in an opposition with Mars. And this is one of those signature aspects that speaks to reaching out and connecting with other people. Passions are easily aroused, and so are affections. If you come away with the feeling you can't get what you want, look for other supporting people. There's a nice lunar trine that evening, actually that night, to Uranus, and that facilitates friendship and enjoying other people. Plus, also that night, we see the sun, the Scorpio sun, making a wonderful trine to Neptune. And what that means is in the days leading up to Tuesday the 10th, we're in a window of opportunity where imagination is very strong. humanitarian impulses increase. And for people who are interested in spirituality, this is also a gift from the cosmos. It really opens the doors, where we can perceive things from the heart and essentially live a more heart-centered existence. So tune in and enjoy that Sun trine to Neptune. There's also going to be a fabulous conjunction this second week of November of Jupiter and Pluto that occurs on Thursday the 12th, and it's at 22 degrees of Capricorn. If you have a talent or gift, you want to definitely flex your muscles and use it. Jupiter represents the things we enjoy, good fortune. Pluto has to do with any number of things ranging from abuses of power to transformational experiences. And again, where we focus our attention makes a huge difference. It's all about taking these energies and working with them. And while we're talking about Jupiter aligning with Pluto, don't forget Saturn is also very close by. And one of the significant things about this month is that this is really the last full month of this historic stellium of planets, the triple conjunction of Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. The alignment has not occurred in 736 years. It will not happen again for 736 years. So it's kind of a big deal in terms of transformational power, the possibility of rebirth, whether it's in your personal life or on a national scale. And we can only hope for the best. Fortunately, the Sun is also from Scorpio, contributing to the processes of progress and right action. And on Saturday, the 14th, the Sun will sextile Pluto and Jupiter. Those of us who have works in progress, this is a great day for completing things, polishing, fine-tuning, editing, anything of that nature. And the reason why I say works in progress is that on Sunday, the 15th, there is a new moon in late Scorpio, another green light from the cosmos to begin again. The last day before any new moon, we generally want to consolidate and complete things rather than begin new ones. And joining the action of the conjunct Sun and Moon on Sunday, the 15th, we also have Venus in a square to Pluto. Watch out for overly controlling and jealous people. There will definitely be reasons to count your blessings, but also watch out for people who tend to keep score. Pluto can be unreasonable and, as I say, jealous, envious, and some of our, shall we say, less noble emotions can come to light at this time. It's sort of a square that says love has strings attached, but of course, genuine love does not have strings attached. So continuing with our adventures with Venus, on both the 15th and the 16th, Venus has her hands full. First with Pluto, and then early on the 16th, just after midnight really, there's a square between Venus and Jupiter. And where Pluto is contractive and compresses and intensifies feelings, Jupiter sort of lets everything run loose and wild and free. And so late night revelers, night owls, people on the night shift, there's a kind of party-like atmosphere that comes in right around midnight as we go from Sunday to Monday the 16th. Now, mental Mercury, having resumed forward motion, gets into the picture on Tuesday the 17th, forming an opposition with Uranus. And this is a mind-boggling, mind-bending, mind-changing, enlightening, potentially, alignment. Argumentative types may be incredibly unreasonable. Again, this is an aspect that occurs during the wee hours of the morning on Tuesday the 17th. So its impact may be felt earlier, and because Uranus is involved, the aftershocks can carry over really into Wednesday the 18th. Be ready for some surprising news, and give yourself as well as other people permission to change their minds. The 19th, which is a Thursday, is a very busy day. The Sun is sextile Saturn, a very constructive, grounding aspect, really lends itself to making commitments. And later in the morning, Venus is squaring Saturn, which again tends to test relationships and sometimes signals a parting of ways. Treat your loved ones with special care that day, as the moon really reinforces, this is a Capricorn moon, for a good part of the day, reinforces these strains in relationships. Sometime late in the afternoon, here on the east coast of the States, about 3:30 in the afternoon, the moon goes into Aquarius, and we take on a sort of more light and broader vision of our position and our relationships to the world. The first quarter moon is going to happen on Saturday the 21st. This is another day filled with some important planetary changes. Venus enters Scorpio during the morning. The Sun enters Sagittarius on Saturday as well, and that change comes during the mid-afternoon, and the moon comes in a Pisces. So there's a lot in flux, and we may feel this with momentary hesitation, indecision. In essence, relax. The Sun going into Sagittarius is a harbinger of the coming holiday season. It's a sign we call mutable, a transition from autumn into coming winter. But in general, it's a friendly, outgoing energy when we think about Sag, and it gives us a level of expansiveness spiritually and intellectually that I think enables many of us to see the best of the season and the best in our fellow inhabitants of this planet. Mercury is going to be in a period as it goes deeper into Scorpio where it also makes a trine to Neptune. And this is a plus for creative people, artistic people, anybody looking to help others gets a boost. This is a trine that's exact on the night of Monday the 23rd. There are a few quiet days, and then Friday the 27th, we see Mercury in a sextile to Pluto, Venus opposing Uranus. It's an important time to be keeping a handle on your relationships, touching base with partners, perhaps talking about some of the difficult issues you're confronting, and resisting a tendency basically to walk out the door. Uranus has a rebellious streak. Sometimes it's a little immature and unrealized, but really the bulk of the day we're going to see the Taurus moon in conjunction with Uranus, and both of those stars opposing Venus. And as we try to get close to people, we may actually be giving mixed signals and pushing people away unconsciously. So try and stay on top of things, and remember always be kind, especially under these kinds of auspices. For some people there may be an unexpected expense to deal with as well. Saturday the 28th brings some really happy times. Mercury's in a sextile to Jupiter. This is, again, major relief about optimism and positive thinking. It really elevates everybody's mindset. And that evening, Saturday the 28th, Neptune comes out of its retrograde and resumes forward motion in the sign of Pisces. It takes quite a while for these outer planets to actually build up speed and regain their full forward motion. but anything that contributes to a sense of progress these days is worth noting. And this sets the stage for a month-ending full moon, which also happens to be a lunar eclipse. That'll be the full cold moon in Gemini. Again, here on the East Coast, it's exact at 4:30 in the morning. And with any eclipse, lunar or solar, we tend to be surprised. Information comes to light. So keep this in mind. Things begun around the time of an eclipse do not go as planned. And so be ready to adjust. Have plan B and plan C ready. And this particular full moon is going to be forming a T-square with Neptune, which is all the more reason to have a backup plan ready to go. There's some magic in that, but there are inherent risks. Neptune is a planet of confusion and misplaced trust sometimes. It can also, even in these hard square aspects, provide notable inspiration and boost our sense of connectedness with nature, with our spiritual self, with ancestor spirits, in fact. So it's kind of a rocking full moon to end the month. And unfortunately, this is not a age where we can just hop on a plane and travel. But some of that inner adventuring of the psyche can be very soul-touching under this full moon in Gemini. Well, thanks for being with me today. And remember, I have daily forecasts that appear on my Facebook page and the Spirit of Change magazine website. And I am available for personal readings. And remember, keep looking up.